today's makeup look is going to be on this romantic holiday makeup. I wanted something more playful, nothing too dark, nothing too festive. I wanted more of like pinks and rose golds, and I created this look. I grabbed a bunch of products I had been loving and I was like, I'm gonna do a talk through with things I've been loving and just make a tutorial based off products I can't get enough of recently. So I hope you guys enjoy this look. I mean, I would wear it out on a date or a girls' night or whenever I just wanted to feel kind of flirty. You know what I'm saying? So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I love chatting with you, and if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. So I'm breaking out pretty badly right now. It's mostly around this area, which is hormonal because it's almost that time of the month. So for foundation, I'm going to use my Makeup Forever HD foundation. This is the shade 123, I think. Yeah, this is a neutral color, and this is kind of my like in between self-tanner phase because I need to self-tan tonight, but I'm not quite like my exact natural skin tone. Like you can see my face is a little bit lighter, and I'm gonna use my Makeup Geek stippling brush. I love this foundation brush, so I'm just going to apply this first, and I'm gonna focus, I usually start around my chin area. I'm gonna focus most of it where I'm breaking out. I'm just like patting it into the skin. I'm not really swiping or like moving it this way. I'm just more pressing it into the skin because when you press, you're gonna get more coverage that way. It's gonna cover up more, whereas if you swipe, it's gonna make the foundation go on a little bit more sheer. And because my face is always so much lighter than my body, I always apply it in this area because I don't want that demarcation line because it's not a good look. For concealer, I'm going to use the NYX HD concealer in the shade beige, and this Morphe brush, it's a Morphe G2. I've been loving these two together recently, and I'm just going to apply like little triangles underneath my eyes because they're looking pretty dark today, and it just makes me look so much more awake. And then I always apply a little bit to the center of my nose. Do you see how that just like lifted my face up? I feel like it gives you an instant facelift and it makes you look awake. And I'm gonna set my concealer with my Anastasia banana powder. It's my favorite, and it just helps the concealer not to crease. I'm just using a little bit. So for my eyes, I'm doing a really warm look today. I'm gonna start off with this color right here. This is called Creme Brulee from Makeup Geek, and I'm just going to dust a little bit in the crease for a little bit of a transition color. Not a whole lot, but I need just a little bit of color before I start building my other shadows in there. Just gonna go back and forth. Okay, so the rest of the eyeshadows I'm going to use are from ColourPop, and this brand is quickly becoming one of my favorite affordable makeup brands, and I'm just going to show you my favorite color. This is the star of the look. This is called Sequin. It is gorgeous. It's like a burnt rose gold color, but these are amazing. I've been trying out their products for a few months. I'm going to start off with the shade Bandit. I'll show you. It's this really warm brown, but it's not quite as warm as like Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek or Brown Script, and all of their products are under $5. Like, what? And I'm just gonna apply this in the crease back and forth. The texture of these eyeshadows are unlike anything that I've used. They're not a cream, but they're really creamy and kind of bouncy to the touch, and they blend effortlessly. I love their eyeshadows so much, and like you can see, I'm only using a little bit at a time, and look how pigmented this color is, and it just blends so easily and just like melts into the skin. I also love that this brand is cruelty free and they're made in the US, which rocks my socks. But I mean, do you see how pretty that color is? I love it. I'm just using this to deepen up that crease all the way to the inner part of the eye as well. So now I'm gonna go in with Sequin, which is my favorite eyeshadow so far from all of theirs, and it's a burnt rose gold shade, and it has this foiled look to it, like it just makes your eyelids look wet. And I'm gonna show you how pigmented these are. I'm just barely putting my finger in, and like, do you see that? They're super pigmented, and I find with the metallics, which are my favorites out of all of their eyeshadows, I like to use my fingers the most because I feel like I get the most pigment. Like, do you see that? I hope the camera picks it up. But they're so pigmented, and when you use your fingers, I feel like it melts and shows up a little bit more than using a brush because these shadows are so gorgeous. And for $5, you can't beat it. Everything's under $5 on their website, and way better quality than drugstore in my opinion. So for the inner and outer part, I'm gonna use a brush. This is a Sigma Medium Sweeper E54, and just pack on a little bit of color on the inner and outer part of the eye. I have my stiletto nails back, if you guys didn't notice, so makes it a little bit harder to get the inner part of the eye. I wore this in Puerto Rico when Casey and I went shopping, and I got so many compliments on my eye makeup, and I was doing this look that I'm showing you guys today. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this dark brown shade called Mittens. It's a matte color, and apply it on the outer corner just right here for a little bit of definition, not a whole lot of color. I'm just going in little circles right where the lid color and the crease color meet, and then just bringing it up in the crease a little bit. You want to go with like soft strokes. Don't push your brush too hard into the crease because it can make your blending a little bit muddy. You want to barely touch the end of the brush to your eye. And I always like to take my time when I'm building up my colors because you can always go back and add more, but it's so much harder to try to take colors away when you've already applied them on your eyes. I want this to be a really romantic, kind of effortless holiday look. I don't want it to be too dramatic. I want to go with more like romantic colors. Then I'm gonna go back to Bandit with my fluffy brush and just kind of blend it out right here a little bit. Then I'm gonna tap a little bit more of that lid color in the center of the eye. So now I'm gonna add my mascara and lashes. I'm using Girl You Crazy from Velour, my favorite pairs of the moment. So now that my lashes are on and drying, I'm gonna go ahead with the lower lash line. I'm gonna use NARS Rue Bonaparte Nude Liner on my waterline. And I'm gonna use a little brush to kind of hold my eye down so I don't mess up my concealer, because I want this look to stay really bright and not too dark and smoky. I'm gonna go back to Bandit and just add a little bit on that lower lash line for a little bit of color. Then I'm gonna take some mascara on the lower lashes. This one is from IT Cosmetics. I think I lost my Clinique one because I can't find it, but this one has like a little tiny brush, so it's good for the lower lashes. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of nylon from MAC right on the inner corners of my eyes. So now for the rest of the face, I'm gonna move on to bronzer. This is Smashbox Suntan Matte. I'm gonna use my Ita brush and just add a little bit of color and kind of contour a little bit in the hollows of the cheeks and along my temples and forehead. I talked about this in my November favorites, and I love this bronzer. Love, love, love it. This really just slims the face. Like, what did I do before contouring? Like, I feel like my face looks so weird until I contour. I'm also going to take a little bit on the sides of my nose and the bottom of it. For blush, I'm using Rose d'Oro from Milani. It's like a dark rose gold shade, and it kind of ties in with the eyes. So I'm going to apply a little bit on the back part of my cheeks, and then keep it like right over where we put that bronzer. And I love this blush for holiday. It just reminds me of, like, I don't know, cranberries or something. Then for a cheekbone highlight, I'm using Opal from Becca. I've been using this non-stop lately. Like, I go through phases with my highlighters, and I have been loving this one the past month. Going kind of heavy on the highlight today. I'll be glowing in the dark. So for my lip color, I wanted a romantic pink shade. So I'm using this combination from ColourPop again. I love their lip products. They have so many colors, and I love that they have matching lip colors and lip pencils, because you guys know me, I always use lip pencils before lipstick because it adds definition and it helps your lip color last longer. So these two go together. These are both the shade Bound, but they're not the same color, which I love. This lip color is like a romantic pink, like I said I wanted, and the lip pencil that goes with it has a little bit more of brown in it, so it just makes the perfect lip combination. So if you're gonna try out their colors, I just threw the lid. If you're gonna try these out, I highly recommend getting the pencil that comes with it because they turn out to be the most beautiful color. So I'm gonna start with a lip pencil as always and just line my lips. And these are so creamy and pigmented, like, look at that. And this is the lip color. And they're so creamy and they leave kind of like a gloss finish, but it's not a gloss. So it's like an all-in-one kind of thing. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below in the comments and tag me if you decide to recreate it. I love you, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in my video later this week. This is the final look. Is this weird? Is that weird? It's kind of weird. Kind of cool. What? Let's turn on some music for my thumbnail posing. How about that? How about it? What? I think that's appropriate. Who says that?